Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, we're looking at a new primitive trap I made. I'm calling this a levered deadfall. And you'll see these two sticks protruding from the back of the deadfall weight, and that's why it's called a levered deadfall, because it's using the sticks as levers. Now we're kind of going with the same trigger system, Paiute deadfall, and it puts a lot of stress on that. So this would probably be better off with like a figure 4 or something to that effect, or a 2-stick deadfall trigger. But I've got this Paiute to work, so you can see it's actually, the trigger's attached to the top of the rock there, and then the other end is attached to the toggle here. For bait, we're using apples, and I skewered them on some sticks and tied it around a little piece of plastic. It kind of fell apart while I was setting it. This thing's really hard to set, so it's not ideal, but I added some extra sticks just to encourage, like if a rabbit comes in here, to root around, get a little rambunctious getting through the sticks and hopefully dislodging the trigger stick. And then I have some rocks, some flat rocks kind of placed around for a base, because this is a wash and there's a lot of sand here. So when the deadfall rock drops, it needs a crushing surface, so it doesn't just press them into the sand. So that's why I've made a little platform there out of rocks. And the top, it's really just 2 long sticks and then 2 cross sticks. I've added some other ones just to kind of camouflage it. Some of them fell off, but I used bank line, just tied bank line around all this a whole bunch, and some paracord for more stability. It's pretty loose, but it holds the rock off the ground, which is all you need. Then it's in an area where there's kind of this wall here that the base of those sticks can rest up on, and they're about 8 inches off the ground. And they need that because they need an anchor point to press in against, and they need to be up. And what that does is that lifts your deadfall rock completely off the ground. You travel another track there. It's completely off the ground, and it's, instead of an angle, because normally they're tilted at a 40 degree angle, this is almost parallel to the ground. So when it hits, not only is the entire crushing surface hitting at once from above, as opposed to kind of at an angle pushing forward, but you're getting the full weight and impact of this 25-pound rock. If it's resting on one side like a traditional deadfall, half of that weight is just going into the ground. That's why you would need a really heavy rock or big rock to kill game, because you're only getting a fraction of that weight falling down. In this case, you're getting 100% of the weight for the most part, since that's almost parallel to the ground. So it's really, it doesn't have to be high. A lot of problems with deadfall setups is the top is so high up, it takes a while to fall down. This is, like I said, about 8 inches off the ground, and that thing crushes hard when it falls. Another reason that you would do something like this, not only is it just more efficient, it takes a while to set up and build, but it's more effective as far as its killing power. But also, you'll see this rock, that's the largest rock I could find around here. It's about 10 inches by a foot. So ideally you would want at least a long deadfall rock and flat. Some places you're not going to get that. So what you can do to kind of accentuate it or make it effectively a longer rock is just adding sticks to it like this. And like I said, it's a real simple construction. It's just 2 cross sticks going one way, 2 cross sticks going another, lashed together with a rock lashed to it. And that's going to allow you to have a pivot point that, instead of being right here, is back another 2 feet. You're getting that extra leverage, and the added benefit too, now the animal can come in from any side and it can position its body completely under the rock. So you're more than likely going to get a better hit on them once they trigger it. And I'll probably experiment with figure 4 trigger. Paiutes have always done me good, so trying it out with that for now. I'm not going to set it off because, again, it takes a long time to set this up, because it's not ideal as far as the construction. You know, all of these materials are just dead sticks. Even that green one was from a tree, that Palo Verde, that just blew over. So I don't like to cut down any living things. I don't have to. So it's all just dead sticks and debris and rocks. And kind of just loosely held together, but held together enough to where that rock's going to be suspended in the air. That's a pretty cool feat, considering that's a really heavy rock and there's only sticks and bank line holding it up. So it's defying gravity, and it's big enough for a full rabbit to get under there from any direction. And the trigger sensitivity, when you have a heavy trap, it's going to put more pressure on the trigger, which means in some cases it's going to take more to dislodge it. But this one is kind of so rickety and unstable that any vibration is going to knock the support stick loose, it's going to knock the toggle out, it's going to knock the trigger off from either the toggle side or the deadfall rock side. Even shifting the whole weight of the entire thing, the rock could kind of slide off to one side. It still might get you a kill that way. So it is very sensitive to any type of disruption of any of the components, which is good, because you definitely want a sensitive trigger. Probably mice could probably raid this and not set it off, which is good, because then it'll stay set for a bigger animal to come along. But I think a bird or something like a quail or a rabbit would probably set that off no problem. So that's pretty much it on this one. Hopefully I'll be able to do a follow-up video here once we catch something, show you the results. That's it on this one, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.